Shalom Israel. First and foremost, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of the house of David. Salutations to you brothers throughout the four corners of the earth, teaching the truth in righteousness and sincerity. To you Israelite foreigners, come back home to the truth. To those that passed on serving the Lord, the dead in Yahweh Shai shall arise first. All right, I want to discuss Israelite foreigners, because the thing is, we can never stop bringing home these topics, right? A lot of people might wonder why we go so hard for the Israelite foreigners. Like, why is it such a part of our teachings that we have to have robust discussions about Israelite foreigners? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to y'all why do we hammer that point, sometimes to the point where a lot of y'all might get tired of hearing about it. And I'm going to tell y'all what it is that for years, and I'm talking about, I got audio, or I've heard audio going back to the early 90s, maybe possibly late 80s, with brothers teaching that only people who are Negro and Indian descent are Israelites. And now you have Negro only Israelites. Because now it seems like a lot of Israel is more focused on looks, and probably because of that, I think it makes it more important for us to not only bang hard, no homo, for the Latino tribes, but also let y'all know that there's a whole bunch of Israelites that don't even look like Israelites. Completely different body type structure and skull fragment and all that shit. There's an extreme necessity for us to tell y'all that there are a lot of Israelites that don't fall into the categories of, came over here in slavery or came over here and were conquered by the Spaniards. And it's something that we have to have a very robust discussion about. Because if we don't have a very robust discussion about it, it's not going to be discussed. People are not going to really recognize it. Try going before one of these camps and saying, listen, my father and my father's father's Irish, to the best of my knowledge. But what if the Negro ancestry is about 7 generations back? Do you think that somebody's going to come up to the camp with Negro features and be able to, what's the word I'm looking for? You think they're going to come to the camp with Negro features and look like an Israelite? Do you think that that's the case? No. See, when we go to camp, and I've done this before when I was part of these other camps, always ask, what's the nationality? This was staple. This was the way we taught. What's your nationality? Irish. There have been times where we've had people that we were teaching, and they came out with, oh, my father's from this place or that place, or my father's white. And we'd be like, wait a minute. If your father's really white, that would make you an Edomite. You're the devil. You're condemned. And they would actually be listening. So what happens is we go into a rant, start cursing them out, and start, turning the conversation from, yeah, you're an Israelite, or you could be an Israelite, and here, let me teach you the word of God. Oh no. You told me your father's white now, so I have to curse you out and treat you like a piece of shit. So we had to mature past that. And we had to realize that, listen, the Israelite in your bloodline might go back about 5, 6 generations, 7, 8 generations. You may not really know who your ancestors are. And what we decided to do was still teach those people, because we don't know. We're not going to sit here and condemn you. We're not looking for extreme, because that's what happens with Israel. We look for extremes. We look for things to be black or white. We want to hear either Negro or Indian descent or bust. And there have been a lot of people that I now hold as question marks in my head that we might have cursed out, that might have really been Jake, and we're sitting here going according to the nationality that they tell us. See, here's the thing about, the Israelite foreigners and the way we go out there and we teach. We eliminate the nationality questions, because how would you ask a lost people what their nationality is? You're going out in the streets and you're getting, what we do is we trust that the Most High is not going to send us somebody that we're going to be out there teaching in vain, to one extent or another. Even if they are a heathen, if the Most High sent us to teach that heathen for a particular purpose or reason, it may be to bring the devil out of them. It may be to make them, make the individual realize things about themselves. Every Israelite that we teach, every person that comes to the camp and says, I'm an Israelite according to my father's nationality, every one of them has not panned out to be righteous brothers that are there to stay, righteous sisters that are there to stay. Every single one of them has not been a model Israelite. A lot of them have been wicked as fuck. A lot of them hang out with this truth for a few years, and next thing you know, you find out all this evil shit that they were doing while they were out there preaching with garments on. So because everybody that we acknowledge as an Israelite doesn't pan out, how are we going to necessarily rule out somebody who says, oh, my father's Greek, my father's Russian, my father's Irish, my father's Polish, when we also know that the scriptures tell you that we were going to be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Scriptures say that. I didn't make that up. Another thing is that we're at camp asking people their nationality, and pay attention to this. We're out there hoping that they give us the wrong nationality. Oh no, excuse me. We're hoping that they give us the wrong nationality. You're asking people who the Bible said would be lost and not know their heritage. You want them to give you the wrong heritage. Because if they tell you Russian, that's all the way wrong. But if they tell you my father's black, that's still a wrong nationality. You just want the wrong nationality that fits what we're trying to make it sound like it is. But what if you go back and they're descendant of fucking Thomas Jefferson or some damn or Frederick Douglass or some shit? Their ancestry goes back to Caucasian white ass people. Does that change everything? No matter what nationality, unless they come to you saying that they are Hebrew Israelites from their respective tribes, they're not going to give you the right answer. They're going to continuously give you the wrong nationality. So like I said, you're sitting there waiting for people to come up to you and give you the wrong nationality. Because no matter what it is, unless they tell you that they're Israelite, and then if they tell you they're Israelites, you might have to question if they're fake Jews or not. Because Amalek could come to you and say, I'm an Israelite. Ethiopians will come up to you, yeah, I'm an Israelite. So we make it less about figuring out what nationality you've been told you are and looking at your spirit and seeing whether your spirit is that of an Israelite or not. Because if you go back into somebody's history. Shit, how do you know his mom ain't sleep with another motherfucker? How you know this Irishman mother didn't sleep with a slave and produce a black or a darker skinned Irish person, you know what I'm saying, that still has the white features? Like, you don't know. So we make it less about figuring out your nationality, and we make it more about trusting that the Most High is sending us good people to listen to the word. And when we do that, everything becomes clear. A clear picture. Now we see, okay, Israelites are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. We need to be more mindful, and we need to stop sitting here looking for people to condemn that, because that's what it is. I remember, listen, I'll tell you, I'll be the first to tell you, I was dying for a motherfucking white person to come up by the camp so I could curse their ass out and tell them, oh yeah, 400 years of oppression, you know, for one motherfucker that doesn't know nothing about none of that shit. You just want somebody to curse out a lot of times. That's where it comes in, and nobody can feel the wrath worse than an Edomite. So you want to make every person that you think is white a Edomite, and you want to make them pay for slavery and shit, which we do, but we don't know who's who at this point. There's gonna come a time where we'll know clear cut that's an Edomite. And what's gonna surprise you is how many dark-skinned, chocolate-covered Edomites there are in this world. Oh, not my friend, not thug, super thug gangster Thomas. Oh, not Terrell. Oh no, don't tell me he's an Edomite. He's the biggest thug back when we was hanging out in the corner. That guy used to, you know what I'm saying? No wonder, because Edomite spirits is that of a thug. Shoot you just for looking in my direction? Yeah, that's Esau. Esau loves violence, man. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, of course your so-called black friend, who you thought was going under the curses, but really he's cursing other people. He's out there murdering Jake. And he's saying you think he's the biggest thug blood gangster, crip, murderer, G murder. Yeah, he's G murdering, all right. He's murdering God's people. A lot of these thugs out there are probably Edomites that just got that overseer spirit. Like, yeah, I'll shoot any nigga. Yeah, I know you would. The spirit of a goddamn Edomite, right in a black skin. Imagine a descendant, a physical descendant of Frederick Douglass, thinking, yeah, I'm a Negro, I'm a black man. Peace to the gods, and really be a murdering ass Jake, shooting and killing your own people, and come to find out they're not even your people you're killing God's people. You'd be surprised, man. There's gonna be a big awakening. There's gonna be a lot of chocolate covered Edomites that are gonna be revealed in the last days. And a lot of y'all Jakes is gonna be like, oh damn, a lot of y'all brothers in the truth. There's gonna be brothers that you know, people that probably did a little stint as a Hebrew Israelite, thought that they were actual Israelites, and came in and left because their spirit wasn't part of it. So you gotta really be more spiritual and stop looking at the carnal, and stop looking, like I said, I couldn't have put it better. The right, wrong nationality is what you're looking for. You want them to tell you that they're Negro, like that's gonna be a better nationality than Russian or some shit. You know what I mean? You're gonna come to find out, a lot of y'all are gonna come to find out that you just need to go out there and teach and listen. Let the Lord is gonna weed out who doesn't belong. It's almost a guarantee that you're gonna teach heathens. I don't care how black somebody says that they are. I know a female right now who's always talking about ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves. What if she's a goddamn Edomite? Because people that say they're American Descendants of Slaves, you got to remember, they don't differentiate between mother and father when determining nationality. As far as they're concerned, as long as your father could be as white as can be, as long as your mother is quote unquote black, then you're in ADOS. So your spirit could be that of a straight heathen. But because your mother's an Israelite race traitor, because your mother's an Israelite race traitor, then you're okay in their book. You're not okay in our book, nigga. You need to you need to put the damn chains around your neck before we do it for you. You know? So, just wanted to make a video to let y'all know why we go so hard for the Israelite foreigners. And that's because nobody else is out there, or not nobody else, but hardly anybody else is out there defending them. Like I said, you go before some of these camps out here, talk about, I'm Irish, but I believe every word y'all saying. I agree. They're going to try to get you to lick their boots. I promise you. You go before most of these camps and you talk about you're Irish and you agree with everything that's being taught. They're gonna pull scriptures that are gonna end with you licking their boots, and you might be an Israelite. I know they would hate me telling y'all that. They would hate me telling y'all that, man. You don't realize that the scriptures say kings shall be thy nursing father. These Edomites are not kings that are out there licking y'all boots, man. Half the time they're Edomites that are homeless. Edomite, they could be Israelites. They could be Israelites that you're putting them down and telling them lick your fucking boots. That's probably why they're so humble enough to do it. Because their whole life they're being told that they're the slave masters and shit, and they might really be Israelites. So you're building on the guilt that comes with their skin color. Because you make it about color. Make it about nationality. Make it about who the people are. I guarantee you're going to get a different reaction. So with that, I just want to be very clear. And this video is in no way, shape, or form justifying or rallying behind the other nations or the heathens. We're simply saying that there are Israelites that are among these nations and are told, go. Israelites that are being told that they're white, Polish, Czechoslovakian, whatever. And then they go before all these other camps and they're being told, oh, you're an effing heathen and you're gonna serve and you're gonna do this, you're gonna bow down. By a bunch of angry brothers who are probably angry, at the wrong damn person. So with that, I'm gonna just say shalom.